Mr. Boyd, I am Agent Avrahami, and this is Agent Roberts. You'll have to come with us.
What now? Oh.
Please get dressed, Mr. Boyd. We'll wait for you in the car.
Генералы.
Mr. Boyd, did you hear what I said?
You know what? You boys can go to hell. I'm not going anywhere. Not right now, at least. You can come down to the police station during regular hours. You can't just come to my house while I'm sleeping, pull me out of bed without any breakfast. Right now, the only place I'm going is back to bed. I'm closing the door now, and if you...
Jack, what's all this? I told everyone what a great sport you are and how fun it would be to play a little joke on you. Where's your sense of humor gone?
Ethan, it's 5 in the morning. At this hour, the only thing that'll get me laughing is one of you feds slipping on a banana peel.
Well, what'd I tell you? He's such a joker.
You're getting old, Ethan.
You're getting fatter, Jack.
And you're getting boring.
And you're getting fired.
Fine. You win.
But you're still a snappy dresser, Jack. As I'm sure you can guess, we've got an assignment here in Freeburg. Come on, let's go. We'll fill you in at the scene. Oh, and I really am glad to see you, Jack. You have no idea. Meet Jack. And this is Agent Suresh, Agent Kumaro, Agent Ellis, and Agent Dixon.
Jeez, how many men did you bring?
11 people on my team, plus 2 heads, but they're still asleep at the hotel. We got to Freeburg a couple hours ago.
Что же там произошло?
Actually, I was asked not to communicate with the local police, at least until the press conference, but, well, you're a friend. And by the way, you're lucky you didn't have time for breakfast. Now, the press are calling him the dentist. Just like every other fucking maniac, he's got his own stupid nickname. We spent 19 years chasing this guy. The MO is always the same. He kills young women in a small town, drops out of sight, and then reappears on the other end of the country with a fresh set of victims. He kills without hesitation, stuns the victim, then strangles her while she's unconscious. And that's when things get fun. He uses a power tool to remount the dead girl's mouth. For 5 years, we've heard nothing. That's the longest break he's ever taken. Then 6 hours ago, we got a crazy anonymous tip that the dentist was in Freeburg, and he'd already committed his first murder. They even told us the address of the house. Looks like our anonymous tip came from the dentist himself, but that hasn't been verified yet. Oh, Dixon, don't go anywhere. So, Jack, listen. Dixon will take you to the station. You can bring your people up to speed. I'm looking forward to full cooperation, and it would be great if you could bag a criminal like this before you retire. A nice farewell. You know what I'm saying, Jack?
Yeah, a nice farewell.
And Dixon, Mr. Boyd will tell you where to take him. Come on, look alive. You're the police chief's driver today, if that's good enough for you. I'll come around to see you tonight. Buy some beers, huh? But not that piss you normally drink. That stuff gives me wicked heartburn.
Окей. Yes. Начинаем наш обоссанный день. Байк. Ну, окей, он пришел. Взял пиво. Блять, платил карточкой. А у меня нет карточки, у меня только это. Блять, опять инвестигейшн в говне. Ну ёбаный в рот. Три детектива, блять, не могут разобраться.
A in progress.
Криведа вернулся.
412A.
А тут были верующие в Нептунию. Блять, надо детективов посылать. У меня нет двух детективов. Ну, это ГГ. Я думал, что можно ментов послать. Мне нужно детективов, а у меня нет детективов. Потому что кто-то обычно вырезает мои бюджеты. И у меня еще и забирают 3 ментов на допрос. Чувствую, мое прохождение очень скоро закончится. Пиздец.
Complete.
So I went downstairs figuring I'd find some mercenary or an escaped serial killer or some other lowlife I'd put away, right? But when I hit the lights, I saw a young kid. Couldn't have been 20. Skinny, dirty. Didn't even have a real weapon, just a rusty shiv. He just stood there, didn't say anything. My whole career, I've been staring down the most dangerous people in the country, and the only one to get into my house and scare my family to death was just some kid about to crap his pants. And I pointed my gun at him, and he just stood there with his mouth open.
Bad luck for him.
He was pretty lucky to still be alive. And you know what? It was you that saved him.
I think you have me confused with somebody else, Ethan.
No. Listen.
Okay.
All these years, me and Marla joked about how dangerous my job is. We figured that sooner or later someone would sneak into our house and cut us to pieces, yeah? Pretty dark jokes, but innocent enough. And Marla asks me not to jump into gunfights when she kisses me on the cheek before I leave for work. It's like we figured that if we joke about stuff like that, then it'll never actually happen. But, while I trained my gun at the kid's nose, I finally realized someone really can get into our house. Someone really can cut us to pieces. Now that it finally happened, I can't make any more jokes like that. Marla won't laugh anymore. She'll burst into tears and stay in bed all day crying, hating me more and more every second. So I figured the only way out of the situation was to show her that if someone really does dare to break into our house, he's guaranteed to get a bullet in the face. He'll die right there on the living room carpet.
God, Ethan, didn't know you were so bloodthirsty.
I'm telling you, Jack, I was serious about shooting this kid right there where he stood. I was about to pull the trigger. But then I remembered you. Remembered 1,000 years ago, we went to the lake and had some beers after an ethics lecture at the academy. I was all angry with that professor, Laszlo, yeah. Remember what he always told us? Being a good policeman is very simple. You just need to keep doing the right thing. I hated those pretentious speeches. I cussed Laszlo up and down and said, if you always do what's right, you've turned yourself into a robot. And you just sat there, drunk eyes staring into the distance. And you were all calm and said, no, Ethan, it's the other way around. To do the right thing takes everything you got as a human.
I said that. Oh, what an idiot I was.
Come on, Jack, it's not funny. When things get bad, it's those moments you gotta be hopeful and stay human. And I did just like you said. I stayed human. And then I slapped the cuffs on the kid in one quick move, just like Bobby Flash.
Bobby Flash?
What? You don't remember Evening Freeburg, the old news column? Stories about the cop hero Bobby Flash? I heard they even published a book a few years ago.
Oh, that Bobby Flash.
Yeah, that Bobby Flash. How can you not remember Bobby Flash? We all argued at junior high about which one of us would be Bobby Flash when he grows up. Oh, I'm no Bobby Flash. A hero cop would never think about shooting a terrified teenager.
Булк, есть такое.
But wait a minute. If I'm not Bobby Flash, then maybe you are.
Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Maybe so.
No. Поехали. Сегодня у меня до сих пор только один этот. Ау. Даже если бы я хотел выполнить твой приказ, я Остина не могу трогать. Саная? Эй. Идите все в жопу. Сегодня еще один хреновейший день.
1111 in progress.
Эх, чё-то спокойный денек пока что, вообще ничего не происходит. Нихуя себе. Ну погнали, блять. Дун-дун, тут.
Forecasting in progress.
Какой же все-таки неспокойный этот город.
Looks like we have a situation here. Forecasting complete. Looks like we
Easy.
have a situation here. Complete.
Изян-мазян, как говорили некоторые. Хороший день.
Boyd here, and I hope you have a hell of a good reason for calling me in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry, Mr. Boyd. I'll call you back later.
No, wait, you're the girl from the prosecutor's office. Lana, right?
Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm so embarrassed, Mr. Boyd. The first thing Mrs. Broom told me about you is that you almost never sleep. I don't sleep too much.
Вини во всем
I'll
Вайта.
call you and apologize for last time.
But it wasn't the last time, was it?
Well, I've been going over
Это
our
всё Вайт Лайт
conversation in
виноват.
my mind, and I realized how stupid I sounded. You're the chief of police, and there's a strange girl calling you, saying she'll be the next city prosecutor, just to share the news, I guess. I must have sounded crazy.
Not so crazy as you imagine, Lana. When I learned I was going to be police chief, my parents were already dead, and my only friend was working 1,000 miles away from Freeburg. Wife and kids were relaxing on a distant island in the middle of the ocean. Took me 6 hours to get a hold of them.
Кажется, Вайта сейчас забанит.
With someone,
Капа.
I would have gone mad. All the more because I was surrounded by half a dozen cops who figured they were ahead of me for the job. I figured you were feeling about the same.
It's like you're reading my mind. Now I'm like an outcast here. Most of them still think that Mrs. Broom was joking or trying to show her deputies that she's in charge of appointing her successor. But I know it's no joke.
For some reason I didn't
Ну
know.
да, я же забыл, что Мара променяла меч на
Probably why I'm
сердечко.
calling you.
Как-то все равно до
I
сих
know
пор
it's
непривычно,
selfish.
даже спустя
I'm
столько
sure your
месяцев.
wife isn't too keen on girls calling you at night.
My wife and I, well, we're not living together. Maybe I'm the loneliest man in town, and that's why you called, to talk to someone even lonelier than you, huh? Lana?
You know, Mr. Boyd, maybe I'm an idiot, but until this moment, I didn't realize how lonely I am.
Well, you're in luck, because now you can call me anytime. But if you do, you'll have to call me Jack.
Jack? It'll take more than one phone call to get used to that.
Well, we're not in a hurry, are we?
Не кажется, или у нас могут завязаться еще отношения с этой девкой? Это ужасно. Мне 60. 44% Фрисбурга верит, что гомосексуальность заразна. Сука. Вы серьезно, блядь. No. Тебе нельзя. No. No! У меня и так куча людей ушло, хуй знает куда. На телычку. А это что за песня? Мне нужен еще один детектив хотя бы. Нет! Это мой единственный хороший детектив! Ай, блядь, я в дерьме, я в абсолютном дерьме, я отсюда не выберусь. Если только не какое-то чудо. У меня нет детективов, у меня нет офицеров, у меня нихуя нет. Я в абсолютном дерьме, хоть качай чит engine. Они еще и не смогли победить. А, нет, стоп, они победили. Это другая хуйня. Блять, у нее 1200 говна было, ну ебаный в рот. Она могла решить любое дело щелчком с задницы. Блядский дантист. Всегда знал, что все эти зубные гниды. Наебка. Тупые дети. Я, скорее всего, это я тупой, раз ведусь на детские кики. Ну, в принципе, я еще где-то полчасика поиграю, вырублю стрим, потом поужинаю.
11:11.
А потом, может быть, поиграю с ребятами в твич. Но, скорее всего, без стрима.
Boyd,
Well, finally, Jack. I've been dying to reach you these past 2 weeks, but I thought I should give you some time to recover your
Иди в
strength.
жопу, Сэнд.
How
Не
are
до
you
тебя.
feeling?
better than ever, Mr. Sand. Touched by your concern.
Well, I hope this doesn't sound too sentimental, Jack. But while you were laying in a coma, I thought about our last meeting many times. It was such a fascinating conversation. You said it yourself. You're a true hunter.
No, Mr. Sand, it was you who said that.
Was it? Well, it doesn't matter. What is important, Kendrick told me a lot about you, Jack. But I suddenly realized that he didn't give me the whole story. Why is it you only want half?
What are you talking about?
Half a
Why
million.
is it you only want to make half? Not a whole million, just half. Not 100,000, but 5. It's a very specific figure. How did you arrive at that number?
Well, I was looking at a house a couple hours outside of Freeburg, down the river. I figured to buy it, move the family, and set everything up, I'd need right around 500,000. It's not my style to take more than I need.
Ah. I must admit, Jack, I imagined all sorts of reasons, but none of them were close to the truth.
Are you disappointed, Mr. Sand?
No,
Дай
no,
мне
no, 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 not
деньги,
Jack. Quite the
мразь.
contrary. I respect you even more.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Mr. Sand. And now if you'll excuse me, I have to go home and get some sleep.
Of course, Jack. I just...
Пошел в жопу. Ух. Много таблеток. День 69. 69-й день. Let's be all. Еще одна пресс-конференция.
Oh yeah, the work is definitely piling on. Truth is, if I didn't have Palmer helping me catch this psycho, I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah.
You know, when he got here,
And the stuff the newspapers are saying, is it true?
What are the newspapers saying?
The girl who was killed. She filed a sexual harassment complaint against the mayor? What about the other victims? Were they harassed by the mayor too?
Well, it's hard to say.
Is it true?
So far, the mayor's the only thing we have connecting the victims, but only one of them filed a complaint against him, and she withdrew it a few days later. Someone must have pressured her, but it's hard to say anything for sure.
But is it true? Do you think it's true?
Well, let's just say it seems like it might be. What's the matter?
The mayor raped me.
Воу.
Can
Неожиданно.
you repeat that?
The mayor of Freeburg, Stuart Rogers, he raped me. You heard me right.
Воу.
When did this happen?
4.5 years ago when I was just out of college. They gave a reception for us at City Hall. Rogers gave a speech, and there were a few other speakers, then dinner. I drank the champagne, it was hot out, the music was loud. I was feeling dizzy, so I went to take a breath in a quiet corner. I found a conference room, then a few minutes later the mayor came in with his guard. Rogers whispered something to the guard, and the guard left. I didn't have time to figure out what was going on. Rogers just walked up to me, grabbed me by the throat and squeezed, and then he began to rape me. This went on. It lasted about 10 minutes.
Look, Lana, it would be very difficult to prove anything at this point, but
You wouldn't have to prove anything. I have a videotape.
Video?
A recording from a surveillance camera, a cassette. The raping mayor, sitting in my closet next to Kramer versus Kramer.
Нихуя себе.
6 months after it happened, someone slipped the cassette under my door. This was the same time the city administrator, Mary Simmons, was dismissed. Quite a scandal, if you recall.
Интересно.
I think that must have to do with it.
Lana, don't worry about a thing. We'll use this tape and ambush the bastard.
No, we're not going to do that.
Lana, listen to me. You need
It's been 4 years. Don't you think I've had time to think things through? I already decided I'm not pressing charges.
Lana, whatever you've been thinking, I promise you, it would be better if
No, it wouldn't be better. For the past few years, I've worked hard so that people would take me seriously, so they'd respect me as a professional. If I step forward now, I ruin all my efforts, my whole future, and I'll destroy my one chance to make this city better. I'll be a sympathy case, I'll be humiliated, and then I'll be attacked. And the one thing I won't ever get again is respect.
Lana, you're talking about covering up a crime.
I'm doing it because I know it's the right thing to do.
Then you're a fool.
Oh my God, I made a mistake. Just forget everything I said.
Lana, Lana, shit.
Shit.
Shit!
Интересные твисты. Стоп, а яичницу я уже слушал? Не знаю. Только завтра, получается, смогу начать investigation. Пиздец. Ну, какой мэр, такой и город. Очень маловероятно, что не успеет вернуться. Да какой квещенинг вы занимали? И так нет ментов. Этот suspicious individual сейчас кого-то убьет. Как домой? Их допрашивают инвестигейторы. Дауны, короче. Homicide я тоже пропущу, потому что нет ни одного детектива на шифте. А если будет какой-то крупный райот, то, блядь, с 3 полицейскими я нихуя не подавлю. Клево. Замечательно. Как говорил один французский фараон, мы в дерьме. Спокойный день, в принципе. Никаких проблем, кроме того, что у меня нет детективов. Едьте уже. Скажите, что хоть сегодня что-то было не фейк. Точнее, не false alarm.
Looks like we have a situation here.
Тейзер. Ебануть тейзером голову мужика.
Yeah, understood. Thank you very much, Walt. Sorry again for waking you up. Give my regards to Jean. Okay, gotta run. Hey, Martin, wait a minute. Martin, you still hang around with Bo Berenger?
Of course. In fact, he's my stepfather.
Great. Think he has a couple of men available? Today? Right now, in fact? There's something important I need taken care of.
Sure. Something you need help moving?
Not exactly. Here's the address. I need this house watched. All day and all night until I say stop. If anyone suspicious goes poking around, tie him up and bring him here. I'll pay double the usual rate. Or triple, whatever he needs. And nobody else knows about this, right?
Jack, they're more into looking after valuables, not houses.
What's the difference?
Well, these guys probably wouldn't care either way. Okay, Jack, no problem. I'll make the call. As for your retirement, I've been...
let's focus on today, Martin. Now keep that house secure, all right?
Okay. I have a phone in the car. I'll call Bo right away.
I appreciate it, Martin. Believe me, I do.
Hey, Jack.
Yeah?
Anything else I need to know about this?
No. Better you don't.
Better you fucking don't.
Hello?
I'm an addict.
Please, I don't want...
Listen to me, Lana. I really am an addict. For 20 years now, give or take. I've been lying to myself that I'm in control of the situation, and sometimes it really seems like I am, but sometimes in the more desperate moments, I become completely dependent on the pills. And it's just dumb luck that I haven't killed myself. Or someone else. More than a few times, I've come pretty close. I've been stoned while I'm driving, was even stoned once during a firefight. I've been on drugs while I made decisions where dozens of lives were on the line. When I'm overworked, I need the pills. That's my problem. It's my weakness. But I always knew that if I admit my weakness, if I start talking about the problem publicly, if I go to rehab, then I'm already as good as retired. They'll take advantage.
Ну, как видишь, Булкич глубину накопает.
It doesn't matter all the good work I'm trying to do at the police department. They'll just bury me. So I'm keeping my problem a secret, at least until I can retire. I have to. I know it's the right thing to do.
You realize, Jack, this is the first time you ever called me?
What?
You called me this time. I thought you were just waiting for me to stop bugging you, but now you called me and you opened up, even though you didn't have to. Maybe you're stoned?
What? No, I'm not stoned right now.
Well, Jack, I guess you need me as much as I need you.
I need you more than you need me.
Now I know you're stoned.
Lana, You
I heard everything you said, Jack. I understood everything just fine. You don't need to say anything else.
Right, exactly. Say no more.
Кек. Ну а чё, последняя кассета. Герт Чип. Request denied, request denied, request denied. F. Тут реальный F, потому что, блять, она мне столько дела раскрыла. Просто, блять, пиздец. Ну, Булка, видос я посмотрю достаточно скоро. Я буду заканчивать скоро. Может, после этого дня закончу. Только бы знать, где она сохраняет. Кажется, на переходе из дня в день. Да ёб твою мать. Когда они перестанут умирать? Successful assignment 31. 30, блять, 1. Ни у кого такого нет стрика из этих.
1111. 910 in progress.
Эх.
913 in progress.
Как же я устал от того, что они умирают. Вроде бы ж пытаешься делать все как надо.
910 complete.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Declare dead. Checkpoint. Вот тогда на этом на сегодня пока все. Надеюсь, оно сохранилось.